Hello everyone, welcome back to this video. In this video, we'll cover topics about absolute value functions. We have seen different types of functions, starting from what does that mean function and dominant ranges. For now, we will cover topics about absolute value functions. So be with me, don't forget to subscribe. Absolute value function. So the absolute value of a number x is written in like a line between two lines. The number between two lines is defined as absolute value of x. This, yes, as we see from this, the value or the symbols of absolute value, two vertical lines. Between them there is the number. So absolute value of x equals to x if x greater than or equals to 0 for positive numbers, or absolute value of x equal to negative of x for negative numbers. That is, absolute value 4 equals to 4 since 4 is positive, but absolute value of negative 4 is 2 since negative 2 is negative. It's because as we see from this, absolute value of x equals to negative x if x greater x less than 0, which means this value x is less than 0. It may be negative 1, negative 2, negative 3. So when we move out from the absolute value, it's multiplied by negative, so it will be positive. Every numbers in the absolute value number, every absolute value numbers which will be negative or positive moves out from absolute value, it will be positive, which means if it is greater than or equal to 0, it is x, but if it is negative or x less than 0, it will multiply it by the negative values to get the positive. We can also think of absolute value of x geometrically as the distance of x from 0 on the number lines. Let us look. This means from this up to this is 2, so there is no difference to tell about the distance. Yes, there is, we only tells about the movement, how much we move from 0 up to negative 2 or negative 2 up to 0. So when you count from 0 up to negative 2 and from negative 2 up to 0, it is equal, it is 2. Yes, there is no difference, it is a distance. And let's look from here. When we take values from the distance from 0 up to negative 4 and 4, starting from 4 to 0, the value is equal. Yes, it is 4. This is what absolute value means. It is distance of x from 0. So more generally, x minus a can be taught as the distance of x from one number line, which means it's like the same from a up to x, and from x up to a is equal. It's only what the distance. So note that a minus x equals to absolute value of x. A minus x equals to absolute value of x minus a. So every number out of absolute value, when it is move out from out to absolute value, it will take the positive. Even if the number is negative, it will be positive, because for the negative, if the value of x less than 0, it will multiply by what? A negative. So it will take the positive value. So it will take the positive value. And the absolute value function is written as y equals to absolute value of x. As I told you, the two vertical lines represent the absolute value function. The function is absolute value. So we define this function as y equals to positive x if x greater than or equals to 0, and negative x if x less than 0. So if we have negative values, we'll multiply by it negative. So it will be positive, or it will take the positive ones. So every absolute value number is positive. From this definition, we can graph the function by taking each part separately. The graph of y equals to absolute value of x. The graph of y equals to absolute value of x is given by, which means for every number of y, we will get positive, which means it will intersect a negative 0. So it will move like this. It is a sharp line. So when we take it is negative 1, it is the value is 1. Positive 1 is the value of also 1. Negative 1, the value also 1. 2, it will be 2, and negative 2, it will be 2. Yes, there is no different. The graph of y equals to absolute value of x, which means if our value of x equals to negative x, this value will be multiplied by, which means negative 1 means negative times negative of 1. Yes, which means as you can see from this, if the value of x is less than 0, we multiply it by, or the function y will be negative of x, which means x times negative. The function will be, or our output will be what? It is positive.